rolling? Hey, everybody. Adrian Fontes, Arizona Secretary of State. Welcome to another edition of Fridays with Fun. Is this a podcast or a vlog?
Or is it maybe more like podcasty than
Is it podcasty?
Yeah.
Sometimes we have guests. Does that count? Oh, yeah. Like Joe Rogan. Ooh, we should get a neon sign. Anyway, I think we have a piece of Route 66. We just don't know where. But since Route 66 goes through Arizona, we figured it doesn't matter. We're part of the big Route 66 family. Anyway, got a couple things wanted to talk about. The legislative session started back on Monday with the folks all getting sworn in, all 90 members of Arizona's legislature, 30 districts, 30 senators, one each, 60 members of the House of Representatives, 2 in each district. This is the 57th legislature. The sessions are 2 years long, so do the math on that one. That was Monday, January 13th, and I was there. I'm Secretary of State. I get to sit up in the front row with some other folks. I sat next to the Attorney General. The State Treasurer was right there. Our State Mine Inspector, Paul, was there. Tom, the schools guy, was there. That was a lot of fun. What else should I say about that? It was pomp and circumstance and official stuff. Everybody's smiling. Some of the smiles were genuine. It was just good. We had a really good time. So that was the opening of the legislative session on Monday. They've had hearings since then and all kinds of fun stuff. One of the hearings actually happened back on Wednesday. Back on Tuesday, I believe it was. Riley, our logo contest winner, was a guest at the House Education Committee. Remember the America 250 logo? Riley, who won, she was here. She was hosted by Representative Matt Gress, who's not only the chair of the House Education Committee, he is also her representative, which was convenient. He got the visit got entered into the official journal for the 57th legislature. She got to go present there about her experience with America 250 and creating Arizona's logo. Was great. There was actually, I hear it was a really feel-good moment. I didn't get to be there. I was in a bunch of other meetings. But anyway, it is what it is. So again, congratulations again, Riley. We might have her back here sometime to chat about some of her adventures. Monday, by the way, is Martin Luther King Jr. holiday here in Arizona. Fun fact, Arizona is the only state in the union where Martin Luther King Jr. holiday was created by a vote of the public, not by an act of the legislature. Fun fact, use that at a cocktail party. Might not help with anything other than people know you know something. A reminder about the Arizona Author Series, the book stuff that we're always promoting. The Arizona Author Series starts on January 23rd, next Thursday. And one of the books that you are going to see, and the first book is our book recommendation of the week. Sonja Taylor wrote Disabled Ecologies, Lessons from a Wounded Desert. This is going to be the first author who speaks in the series. This one was published by Simpson. Disabled Ecologies, the first book in the Arizona Author Series. You can sign up at the link. You putting the link below?
Yeah.
Is it like, if I go like this, it'll be right there?
No, it'll just be in the caption.
It'll be further below?
Yeah.
Oh,
in the description.
You can't like smack it onto the screen?
I could, yeah.
Can you give it a shot?
Yeah, I'll put it on.
We'll see. We'll see if Kayla lives up to the hype over here. Anyway, the link's going to be right there to sign up for the lecture series. Really interesting stuff to listen to. Authors, Arizona authors talking about a lot of their work. This is a series that goes from January through May, and lots of folks talking about a lot of the good stuff that they do. And there's that recommendation for the week. Now, we're going to go straight to questions. We're going to have a little bit of a shorter Friday because it's a longer weekend. We want to make sure you get out there and get your groove on or whatever. First question, do you know if Arizona will be providing any more support to California to help with the fires and the fire impact? Boy, I hope we can provide as much help as we have to give. Lots of folks in California have lost their homes. It's just absolutely devastating what's happened over there, and it's kind of a bummer. That doesn't happen to be part of the stuff that we deal with here at the Secretary of State's office. But if they do need any resources, rebuilding or doing anything that we can help with, we absolutely will be more than happy to help. And shout out to friends and families and folks here in Arizona who've been impacted by this devastating tragedy that's happening out there. And hope things get better for folks soon. But it's going to be a long, tough recovery. And so we're with them as much as we can be. Second question. With the new, this is a good one, with the new legislative session now going, are there any laws you support, you or your office can speak on, that you will support? As a matter of fact, there are several, and we're going to keep talking about those as we move forward. But for right now, what I can say is let me give you just kind of a brief overview of how the office works through some of our priorities, not only in the budget, but in some of our other areas. So generally speaking, there's two kinds of bills. There's budget bills that have to do with dollars and cents and money, and then there's policy bills that have to do with statutes and rules and regulations and things like how we do things, right? So there's spending money, how we do things. Sometimes in the spending money bills, there's a little bit of how we do things in those as well. And so just generally speaking, this office has 15 pieces of legislation out there in the various categories. And as far as the dollar amount, bottom line total on our asks is $12.1 million, which can seem like a lot of money, but when you're talking about a budget that's probably going to be in the $16 to $17 billion range, $12 million is kind of a drop in the bucket. And so we're really not asking for all that much here in the Department of State, but there's a couple of priorities that we have. First of all, the Address Confidentiality Program, which is where we maintain basically a private post office box, if you will, for victims of active stalking and victims of violence who have moved. There's a whole criteria to get onto ACP, the Address Confidentiality Program. Federal funding stopped for that. We're trying to get the state to backfill the money that the federal government is no longer giving us. So hopefully we can get that, not a huge amount. The EMS ENR system and the AVID system, what are those? EMS ENR is the election management system and the election night reporting system. This is the day-to-day system for 13 of our counties and for this office, and the election night reporting system is the same. That's where we get our election data out to the world in. It is an old, rickety system that needs to be fixed. And it's not so much the age of the system, but because just being old doesn't mean it's bad. It's the fact that we only have one technician that knows how the whole thing works. He's already retired, and it costs us a fortune to keep the guy in as a consultant. We get this thing replaced. We'll have some redundancy. We'll have some security, better security on it. So that's an ask within that $12.1 million as well. And then the second part of that, so that's the ENS ENR. The second part over here is the AVID system. That's the voter registration system that 13 counties use as their day-to-day system. And the other two counties interact with as well to exchange information through that statewide voter registration database. That needs to be updated as well. We've been making these asks for a while. We've had to prioritize some other stuff, but these are some of the kinds of things that we're looking for. All very pragmatic, all very straightforward, all very necessary maintenance kind of stuff. So that's where we're at as far as our legislative asks. But again, as we move forward through the legislative session, if there are bills that have to do with the timing of results and how we're going to improve that situation, if they have to do with voter access in certain areas or the way that the election is manifesting, we'll be talking about those as well. Another thing we're going to be talking about as we move through this year 2025 is the Elections Procedures Manual. So about once a month or so, we'll be updating different chapters, and I'll come and chat with you all about those things as well. Just a little preview of what we've got coming up in 2025. For now, though, we are done with our first week of the legislative session. Hopefully it won't take as long as it usually does, but I don't know. People are saying 100 days. I think it'll be a little longer than that, unfortunately, but that's the way that works. My name is Adrian Fontes. Don't forget to sign up for the Arizona Authors Series at the link that somewhere manifested during the course of this thing. And Y'all enjoy yourselves. Have a great time this weekend. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend. And remember to keep your kids safe around water, even if it's the winter time. Bye-bye.